Hi everybody, welcome back. We're so glad to see you. Miss Marty has a wonderful story to tell you today, so if you're ready to come on in. Miss Marty's waiting for you.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Hi everybody, we have a great story today. Today we're going to tell a parable, the parable of the Good Samaritan. Okay, remember we have a couple of things to do. First, we have our Christ candle lit because Jesus is the light and he shows us which way to go. I'm going to light my little candle just like you have at home so that we'll have this be a sacred place. And now I need Miss Becky to come and move the calendar for us.
Okay, here we are, the second Sunday of Epiphany. We're going to move it to one more Sunday after that, the third Sunday after Epiphany, and we're working our way closer and closer to Lent. All right, can't wait to hear your story.
Hey everybody, okay, we're ready. Here we go. Look, I have another parable box. This one has a brown dot. Remember last week, Miss Becky showed us a parable box. It had a different color. So this week's is brown. And look, it's the same box almost. It's gold. It's very precious. Remember, parables are very special stories that Jesus told for us. It's a gift. It's not like a gift you buy in a store. It comes right from Jesus. So let's see what we have in this box that can help us tell this parable. Look at this. Wonder what that is. Kind of look like a mountain, doesn't it? It's tall. There are no trees on that mountain. Let's see. It's really big. It's brown. I don't see any other colors. I don't see any green or blue. Kind of looks like a big piece of wood. It's scratchy. Maybe it could be a brownie. That would be really good to eat, wouldn't it? Let's see what else we have. Look at this big piece. Wow, that almost looks like it could be a big piece of pasta. Let's see what happens when I put it down. Look at that. It kind of breaks our pieces, our brown piece, in two pieces. Maybe this is some kind of divider. Let's see what else I have. I don't know what these could be. They're dark. I can't see through them. Let's put them down here and see what we have. What else do I have? I've got these two pieces. They look like cities. Look at those. I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put one way up here. Now look what we have. We have a road. You can go from here to here on our road. You know, there once was someone that did such amazing things and told such amazing stories that people listened to him. They would ask him questions, and one day somebody asked him, "What's the most important thing in life?" And he said, "You already know that." And the man said, "Well, you're right, I do. The most important thing in life is God and to love others as if they were your neighbors." The man thought for a minute and he said, "But who's my neighbor?" So the one who did such wonderful things said, "Let me tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a parable. Once there was a man. He was leaving Jerusalem on his way to Jericho. And he started down the road, and all of a sudden, he came to two men. They weren't particularly very nice men. They were robbers. And they beat the man. And they took everything he had. They hurt him. And they left him on the side of the road. And they went on their way. another person who left Jerusalem. He was a priest. He made his way down the road, and when he came to the man who had been beaten and had everything taken away from him, who was hurt, the priest went to the other side of the road, and he kept going. He didn't help that person. There was another person who was going to leave Jerusalem. He worked in the temple, and he helped the priest. He helped him do lots of jobs. He even helped with the music. He was called a Levite. He kept on his way down the road to go to Jericho, and when he came close to the man who had been hurt and had everything taken away from him, who was lying on the road, he went to the other side of the road. And he kept going on his way. He never helped. There was another person. He was from Samaria. Now, the people in Jerusalem didn't like the people from Samaria. And the people in Samaria didn't particularly like the people in Jerusalem either. But he was on his way to Jericho. And he came down the road, and when he saw the man who had been hurt and had everything taken from him, he helped him. He checked to see if he was okay. And he got his donkey, and he put the man on the donkey. And he walked with him all the way to Jericho, helping him. When they got to Jericho, the man helped him. He got medicine to help him with all of his wounds. He even stayed with him all night to make sure he was going to be okay. In the morning, he gave money to the innkeeper so that that person who had been hurt and left alone by the road would have a place to stay and would feel better. You know, I wonder, was this person a good neighbor to this man? I wonder if this priest was a good neighbor. Do you think the Levite was a good neighbor? What about the robbers? I wonder if the Samaritan would be a good neighbor to the robbers. I wonder if the man who was hurt and left on the side of the road would be a good neighbor. I wonder if you'd be a good neighbor if someone needed your help. I think Jesus wants us all to help each other. He wants us to help and be good neighbors to everyone we come across. And I hope that you can do that in your day. I'm going to put everything back. I'm going to put our road that kind of looked like pasta back in the box. I'm going to take our big brown square and put it back. And we'll put our box back on the shelf so that you can tell that story whenever you want. It's a good story about helping other people, isn't it? So now you know what time it is. It's time to get your godly play boxes, and you can get all the craft supplies out that you need to tell a story. And try to remember how you can be a good helper for other people. And when you finish that, you can go and have a feast. And I have a little prayer for you today. This is called the 5-finger prayer. First, we have our thumb, and our thumb is closest to us. So we're going to pray for our families, to help them, to keep us safe, and we want them to be safe. The next is our index finger. We're going to pray for our teachers and our friends, that they'll be safe, The next one is our tallest finger. We're going to pray for all of our leaders that they can help guide us and lead us in the right directions. The next finger is our ring finger. Do you know that that's our weakest finger? So we're going to pray for those that are hurt, just like the man in our story who was left by the side of the road. We want to pray for everyone who's sick and hurt. The last finger is the pinky. It's the smallest one. And that reminds us to pray for ourselves, to help Jesus help us to all be good people and good neighbors. Okay? And when you finish your prayer, you can say, Amen. All right? I'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light